Alrighty, hello. Yes, we just saw Alex win Triumph Azerbaijan in a 5-3-0 vote against Tamara and Catherine. Now we're gonna do the fun stuff, which is awards. I'm basically just gonna go through the awards, get through them really fast. We don't need to put commentary in between, because then after I'll just shut up and you guys can talk all you want about anything, the game, the awards, whatever. So we'll pretty much go through it pretty fast, okay? So let me click on the slideshow button. Can you see it now? Can you still see it?
Yeah, we're good.
You're good.
Beautiful. I figured out technology.
I see it, Megan.
Thank you, Malkin. Okay, so first award of the night is for Best Jury Questioning. This is in fact a very last minute award that has been added by me, so I apologize, production. You don't get to override this decision.
I think I know who this is going to, though.
I have an idea.
Was it
The winner for
Amy?
Best Jury
Was it
Questioning
Amy?
ever goes to Esteban. Esteban, that was amazing. You took nearly 20 minutes, and nobody cared. And I apologize, final three, but the jury gave me permission, so yell at them, not me. It was awesome, Esteban. We all know, I think, that you love everybody, and you didn't mean things in a personal way. And it was a fun way to end the night with some excitement and drama. So Esteban wins that.
Thank you.
Next up, we have the award for Best Physical Player. We also don't have nominees for this one because this is also pretty clear. It's Brian. Brian won 4 immunities. He's tied for the record in Triumph history. We get it. We know. Brian can win comps. Okay. Best Physical Player. Next up is Best Strategic Player. And we do have some nominees for this one. Okay. So first nominee is Brian. Then we have Malkin. And then we have Steve. Oh, I can't even see y'all's faces. Hold on. Let me move my thingy. How do I move my Zoom thingy? I want to make it sideways. Okay, boom. Sorry. These are the 3 nominees. Alrighty. And the winner of Best Strategic Player is Steve. Steve, I don't know if you're here.
Congrats.
but
I'm here.
Steve,
I'm here.
honestly,
He's
Steve,
shocked.
I feel like you won Best Strategic Player. And this is just in my personal opinion, because we all voted. So like, don't think that I only decided this, but my thinking of your strategy was when you told me, when Steve told me that he wanted to be loyal to one person in this game so that in future games, he could tell people he was ride or die loyal. And I just thought that was brilliant. I thought that was like 7D chess. And I was like, who the fuck thinks of that? Like, I'm going to do this so that it helps me in my next game. I don't know. It was crazy. I loved it.
Blowing up a spot right now.
Alrighty. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Like nobody, whenever Steve goes, and again, we love him. And he'll slay every game he plays. So
Damn right.
next we have 2 nominees for Best Social Player. We have Steve and Tamara. And the winner of Best Social Player is Tamara. Queen.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Next up is Best Move. We have 3 nominees for Best Move. First nominee is Brian causing the 3-2-1 at final 6 and saving his idol. I don't know how you do it, Brian. Just fuck you. Next
Amen.
is Brian and Malkin, and I'm really sorry if I forgot anyone else who did this as well, because don't hate me. But Brian and Malkin and whoever else intentionally voting into 2 idols. That shit was also crazy. I don't know why anyone would do that. And Dave imploding before a live night, which I think he thought was a bad move, but actually was pretty good for him. Probably saved him for a couple rounds when he might have gone earlier. But the winner of Best Move was Brian and Malkin intentionally voting into 2 idols. I know that's technically 2 moves, because you guys did do it twice. I think the first one was really the more intentional one.
Yeah.
So I'll really give this Best Move credit to the first one, because it really just set you guys up super good. You looked dumb, but you weren't, and then it let you like just go along with the idol play in the next round, you know, even if that one wasn't as planned, and then you still somehow got the numbers back. It was really crazy. And yes, that is the winner of Best Move. Now, Worst Move. There are 2 nominees for this one. We have Dave voting Alex at the final 6 and getting himself voted out in a 3-2-1. And we also have Canavar 2.0 sticking to tribe lines in the swap. But the winner is Dave. The winner is Dave. Dave, I love you.
How
was-
very you, Dave.
Well
That
earned,
was so
Dave.
funny. Dave, we love you.
I was on a plane all day.
Yes, I know, and we get it. Like, you weren't really around, but yes, you do win worst move for that, just because it did get you voted out, unfortunately. Next we have best alliance. And again, this was down to a production vote, and unfortunately, there weren't other nominees for this because production all voted for the same alliance. But it's the baddies, Brian, Dave, Malcolm, Tamara. I mean, you guys, you ran the entire merge. Honestly, the fact that none of you won the game is crazy because you guys were doing it so much for so long of the merge, and then you guys just got fucked. Except
We
for
sort of just turned on each other.
you really did. That's exactly what it was. I think you turned on each other, and then it, prevented most of you from getting to the end. So, but you guys were really influential in like the first 4 or 5 votes of the merge. And then we have nominees for this one. This is for best alliance name. This is just a silly award. We do it for whoever names like the funniest alliance in the seasons. We had a couple nominees from production. We had Kale Salad, which was Alex and Malkin. From the get-go, it was their one-on-one chat. I'm pretty sure they named it like day 1 Kale Salad. The baddies, I think this wasn't really the BTMD part, but the baddies part and that other long name you guys came up with for it. And then finally we have McDonald's presents the Nissan Altima Alliance, which by far is the best alliance name. Trademarks and everything. I remember flipping out when they named it that. I was like, who the fuck names an alliance this? And thankfully other production members agreed with me. So best alliance name. Next up, we have most robbed pre-juror. This one was also unanimous vote. We don't have nominees for this. We just have a winner. It's Caitlin. Caitlin was so robbed. Caitlin was spot fucked. There's no way about it. I mean, I think Caitlin would have easily made top 5 or 6 if she had not been swap fucked. If she had made
That happens to you a lot, doesn't it, Caitlin?
like I think Caitlin would have made it really far if she had made merge. So
Just a comment, yes.
yeah, it happens to Caitlin a lot apparently. I'm so sorry, girl. You need to stop getting fucked by luck.
You were so robbed, Caitlin.
I'm so sorry and congrats, Caitlin.
Yes, Caitlin is awesome. Then we have most robbed juror, and we had a couple nominees for this one. We had Theru, we had Esteban, and we had Malkin. And this was one of the ones that production could not agree on as well. This was a hard one to choose because we felt that all 3 of you were pretty robbed in different ways. But ultimately the winner of most robbed juror was Theru, because at the end of the day, Theru had no idea that he was getting idled out, and he didn't deserve that. I don't think Theru was a huge threat to people's plans in the game, and I think Theru was really gonna pick things up in the late merge and kind of go crazy. And I'm so happy we got to see Theru make merge though. And basically Theru is just gonna always be robbed no matter what happens. If he doesn't win, Theru's robbed because he's the king of owning malls. Next award is best confessionals. This was also a clear winner, unan vote. Alex, we love your confessionals, Alex. All of production just died anytime we watch your confessionals. Everyone else will be able to see them post season 2 though. So I mean,
There's one quote that I will say here because it doesn't give away any game, but my favorite quote from the whole entire fucking season was right after the merge vote. Alex goes, "If you want sympathy, you can find it between sick and syphilis."
What's funny is that is a misquote. The actual quote is, "You can find my sympathy in the dictionary between shit and syphilis."
Oh shit. Okay, that makes it even better.
Apologies to everyone. I had a bit of a Danielle Reyes run in my confessional, so if I say something horrible about you, it was purely strategic. It had only to do with you as a player, not as you as a person. I love everyone, but some of you in your gameplay drove me insane. So
yes, and everyone wants to talk about like Kat's huge number of confessionals, but Alex was definitely second place. Alex had hella confessionals as well. And all of them were awesome and entertaining. Thank you, Alice.
Iconic. Iconic.
You want me to admit how many I had?
How many confessionals did you end up with, Kat?
100.
No wonder why
100
that
even.
tiebreaker was like that.
See, that's
Is this
dedication.
how you talk to me on Days of Tribals? You were just recording 30 confessional.
Not necessarily. I definitely went into the season with the goal of having the most. So, and the backdrop was Boston Rob's confessional account from Redemption Island. So, and I by far beat that.
She did beat Boston Rob's confessional count. We were keeping track throughout the season. All right. Next award is Best Newbie. This is also a no-brainer. I'm so sorry that so many of these are no-brainers, but I mean, come on, Steve. It's Steve's first org ever. Steve fucking slayed. Steve makes our lives. He just went balls to the wall, like from the get-go. He comes into it going, I want to be insane. And we're like, okay, like, do you even know what an org does yet? And like, do you even know what it stands for? And he just killed it. So Steve is the best newbie. Then we have biggest underdog. Oh, how did my puppy get in here? Why are you in here?
That's the underdog, the puppy.
Yeah, right. She's under the bed right now.
Literally.
Libby for the win.
Yes, Libby. We call her social game in this house. Anyway, biggest underdog. We had 2 nominees. We have Alex. Alex was an underdog. I mean, Alex also got swap fucked, survived it, was just in such a weird spot with Saheen and Can of Art merge. And then Kat. A lot of people underestimated Kat. A lot of people, especially in the beginning of the game, didn't like realize what Kat could do. She slayed it. She got to final 3. So both of these were big underdogs, but the winner is Kat. Kat, I think you did so much better than anyone could have asked of you. Kat, you are the officially highest placing alternate in Triumph history. The second placer being Sam with 5th place. So for being a person who wasn't even originally cast on the season, I think you surpassed everyone's expectations, including predictions. So you win the award for biggest underdog.
Thank you so much. I don't have words right now, so I'm gonna shut up.
Alrighty, and now we're getting to the big awards. So the big 3. And the first of the big 3 is Hero of the Season. Now production voted, and we had 2 nominees that production voted for. We had Alex and we had Tamara. And the winner of Hero of the Season is Alex. Again, definitely played a very heroic role. Alex came up from the bottom and now he's here and he's the winner. So very fitting now. But then on the opposite side, we have Villain of the Season. Our nominees for Villain of the Season are Brian, not Hero. Brian is the villain. Nobody get it fucking twisted. Steve and Tamara. And the winner of Villain of the Season is Tamara. So here's the thing. Production had long talks about this one as well. Immediately we thought Brian, because Brian is a villain in everything he says and does in any game ever. But really, at the end of the day, Brian didn't play super villainous. I mean, he had his cross-tribal alliance, but for most parts, other than that, people on the other side knew where he was. Whereas Tamara, everybody thought they could trust her. Everybody thought she was good with them. She lied to every single person when she was voting them out right before the tribal, and nobody thought it was her. And nobody really suspected her as being a villainous type. She was just that good fun, making silly comments at tribal, and she just stabbed every single person in the back. So Tamara was the true villain of the season.
I just want to say also, I don't think you guys realize how much you pissed Brian off by naming him Hero of the Season during.
I was so mad.
He was legitimately offended that Touchy Subjects voted him as Hero of the Season. And to be honest, production was offended as well, because we were like, Brian? Brian Spencer? Yeah. Were you saying something, Brian?
Oh no, I wasn't
So I thought somebody was saying something. I couldn't even see the green. So yeah, Brian's not a hero, but you weren't really the true villain this time, Brian. It was Tamara. But then finally, we have Player of the Season. In Triumph history, we I know some games do, but we do not award player of the season to the winner. So regardless, Alex, sorry, you can't win player of the season and win the game. But we just feel it's fair to spread the love more than that. And a lot of times, people get robbed and they could be the player of the season even if they didn't end up winning the game. So the nominees for player of the season are Brian and Malkin. And the winner of player of the season, no brainer, it's Brian. Brian's insane. Brian is one of the top 3 players I've ever seen in orgs ever. He did it strategically, he did it physically, he did it socially, and he came just short of the final 3, where I do believe he would have secured the win, regardless who he was sitting next to. So it was smart. You all voted his ass out. I'm glad nobody tied it for him, but you do win player of the season, even though you did not win the game. Love you.
Thank you.
So that's all for like the official awards. We have one more. Production favorites. We just let production members pick their own personal favorite. It doesn't have to be for game, could be personal, could just be whatever. So we just have each person who is participating and wants to pick a favorite, pick one. So John's favorite this season, and I'll let each of you that are here, so I guess John and Sam, I don't think anyone else is here, talk about why. But John's favorite of the season was Malkin. You want to tell why?
Malkin was just a bundle of joy to watch. I mean, the energy every single time that Malkin had, I was in the confessional with Malkin, watching Malkin after a challenge, watching Malkin get his first ever immunity win. That was by far one of the top moments to see.
Alrighty, and then I don't think Jordan is here, right? I know he was typing in the prod chat. Oh,
Was
Jordan
he?
is here. Jordan is here. Holy shit. Hey, Jordan.
iPhone, baby.
Jordan's favorite is Brian. Do you want to talk about why?
Yes, definitely gameplay based. And I had a second, if I'm allowed to say that too, but I messaged I messaged Megan too late. Kat and Brian both. I love you both. But y'all, your gameplay and personality, we'll just leave it at that.
Jordan, can we talk after this is over, please?
Do what?
Can we talk after this is over, please?
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan. I'm just kidding. Alrighty. So my favorite is next. My favorite is Steve. I think it's pretty obvious. Steve, I had no idea what to expect from you coming into the season. I guess I can announce it since it'll be open to you guys soon, but Steve, I drafted you. I didn't originally draft you, and then like day 1 before the first round was over, when you said you love Lost, I immediately fucking changed my draft. So I'm sorry to the person I took out of my draft. I did draft Dave. The Lost people, Dave and Steve. But yeah, Steve, you killed it. I love newbies. Triumph has had a lot of newbie success, and I'm just really happy that we brought you into the org community. And then Sam is also here. Sam, tell us why Alex was your favorite.
Alex, don't look surprised. From literally the first day, I just fell in love with Alex's personality. He's just has been so iconic throughout the entire game. His confessionals have been insane. He's just been an absolute joy to watch play, and it's just been phenomenal. Just getting to see him play this game and navigate this game, and then end up winning. It's just been an absolute joy.
And then finally, Ali, who is sleeping because he is the lame British one. That's not Sam, who decided to go to bed. Ali's favorite is Tamara. Tamara, I'm sure Ali will share with you more about why you were his favorite this season, but I can attest at least that in the production chat from the get-go, Ali was Team Tamara all the way. I know he drafted you. I know he was rooting for you this whole time. I know he'll be so proud of you when he wakes up and sees that you got 3 votes, but I know he'll also be sad that he didn't get to see you win, because he was definitely Team Tamara. And the fact that all of us picked different people is crazy too, because I didn't force us to. I just let people fill out a form and say who was their favorite. So that just really goes to show how strong this cast was this season, how many people there were to root for and who were playing great games. So I just want to say thank you all, and thanks for sitting through awards, and now you all can drink and smoke and talk amongst yourselves. And I will stop the recording part.